Crypto.com, Crowcoin holders. We've got a video for you guys. Today I want to be talking about this unburning of 70 billion coins because we just saw our first unburning and 1.166 billion Crow coins have been released into the supply. I want to be talking about that today, as well as my opinion on where I think Crow coin could be headed, because the crypto market is catching a little bit of a bid, and we're seeing some of the decoupling happening from the crypto markets to the traditional markets, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on that as well. So without further ado, welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm maxi. Hit that like button, hit that bell, subscribe to the channel right now. Let's hop into this video. All right, guys. So we are starting off on Crypto Twitter. I say, I am not trying to FUD Crow. This is a serious question. I am honestly curious about this, right? Because we have not gotten so much clarity on this burning of unburned coins, or excuse me, unburning of these burned coins and this vesting period. I thought we were told the 70 billion tokens would be locked for 5 years, because that's what we were told, that, well, there's not going to be a significant impact on the price with dilution because it's going to be locked. The coins, the 70 billion unburned coins, are going to be locked up for 5 years. But there was also talk of a vesting period, but it wasn't really clarified. But we did just see 1.166 billion coins get released into the supply. So I say, correct me if I'm wrong, but we did just see that 1.16 billion tokens have just been released, correct? What does this mean for Crypto.com and for the Cronos chain, all right? What does it mean? What does it mean if month over month, starting now, we're going to start to see these billions of coins get released? It would make sense that all the coins will be released in 5 years, okay? So, you know, in 4.99 years from now, right, not that long, will be the last 1.16 billion coins to be released onto the market, okay? So over time, the dilution will happen. And I don't want to keep using the word dilution. I'm not trying to FUD here, guys, but I'm just talking in facts. And, you know, I get a lot of blowback on crypto Twitter by people saying I'm FUDding, but facts are not FUD, guys. Facts are not FUD. I'm just being transparent and talking about what's going on. And as a avid Crowcoin investor like myself, I've been in this for a long, long time, guys, and back in the MCO days, and I've sold a lot of my coins, but I still have a few 100,000 Crow, okay? And I continue to hold it because I think that Crypto.com is a successful brand, and I just want to see them lift up Crowcoin with them as they become a titan of this industry. So I say, I think if it gives them the ability for more spending, then great, as long as it benefits the Crow investors and Cronos chain. I do. I've guys, like, really, I say let's put the dilution behind us, because we cannot change anything about that now. We're not going to get the 70 billion coins unburned, burned after they've been unburned. It's not going to be a burn, then an unburned, then a burn. They're here, okay? There's a 5-year vesting period. There's 70 billion coins added to the supply, all right? So why not just put that behind us and say, okay, well, we know that Crypto.com and Cronos Labs are going to do what they want with their coin. It's not decentralized. Okay, that's fine. So what are they going to spend that money on? Like, that's really the important question. Is, in my opinion, as long as it's going to benefit the early Crowcoin investors, the Cronos chain, and really the Crow fam, then I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But if it's just like, I don't know, like when they gave $10 million to that one golfer, that made no sense to me for marketing. But maybe they're trying to get into the, what is it, the PGL? Maybe if they're trying to get into that a little bit deeper and be like a main sponsor, maybe they have to wet some whistles, if you will. But I digress. I think that if they're spending this money and it is going towards actual items that are tangible, like marketing towards bringing new builders to the Cronos chain, more grants for builders on the Cronos chain, or maybe bringing more, so the sole purpose of bringing more volume to the Cronos chain, making Crowcoin a valuable currency, then I'm all for it, because that's really all you can hope for is, well, there's new coins being added to the market. What are they going to be used for? Well, let's hope that they're used for making the early investors full, rewarded. Let's make sure that that happens, because when you create a bunch of more coins and people bought in, it is dilution. It is dilution. But I know I'm saying let's just forget about that. Let's put it behind us. But let's forgive it, but not forget it. Okay, let's put it to you that way. I like to think of it that way. We'll forgive, but we won't forget it. And let's just hope that they spend these coins in a way to enrich the Cronos investors and the Cronos builders. That's really the name of the game here. Make Cronos a chain that is used, that there's actually active users on. I say, I am looking for clarity. Also, what would you like to see the new minted coins spent on? I'm very curious, guys. Let me know in the comments below. What do you want to see all these coins spent on? Let me know if you think that I'm off base. You think they should be spending it on something completely different, like bringing people on, or hiring more people for the Cronos chain, or hiring more quote-unquote ambassadors, not like the Twitter ambassadors, but like, actual maybe celebrities that have true influence on the massive hive mind of the world, like when they brought LeBron James on. I thought that was a good move, but that was crypto.com. That was not Cronos Labs, guys. So there's a difference. But let me know in the comments below what you think about that. So let's talk about Crow here. We are trading on the 0.0830 price level. This line is, we are just flat line. Look at this. This is so crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of basically less than a 1% price move here. It's absolutely insane. But, I was saying I expected this, guys. Low volume, weekend price action, leading into a holiday weekend. I expect that. But, guys, we are starting to see the crypto market catch a bid, and it is decoupling with the stock market right now. We're going to talk about that here shortly. But I do expect to see a volume spike here shortly. And if you guys do want to take advantage of that volume spike, because it will come, then check out in the description box below or pinned comment down below. We have a $5,000 sign bonus to Blowfin. All you do is click that link, deposit Trailbit. You get a bunch of free money. Right now, what I'm doing is I've pulled back on my shorts a lot here because I'm waiting for the right opportunity to long. I think there is some relief coming here, and we'll talk about that. But it's sitting at rank 40 right now, down about 3.36%. Like I said, we've been range bound, like not even 0.5% in the past 24 hours. Nothing is happening just yet, but I think that this will be an eventful week for the entire crypto space. Sitting at a $2.21 billion market cap, still at, guys, we are just pegged to the 0.0830. It is a magnet. I keep saying that, and it's just the truth. But Bitcoin is rallying, okay? But also with Bitcoin dominance, you have to keep a note on that. Bitcoin dominance is trading at 63.19%. Excluding stablecoins, you're talking about 65.2%. That's a big deal. But Bitcoin is rallying, and it's signaling that on the weekly looks nice, but I want to show you a little bit deeper here on the daily time frame. I've been talking about this for the past couple days. Our first glimmer of hope really has been that we are seeing closures above $83,300, $83,500, okay? And I said, hey, guys, that's a good sign. That is the first glimmer of hope of a bullish reversal. I said, but, I wouldn't be surprised to see us spill over here, or at least get a little bit of, if the traditional market caught a bid, to see a test at maybe hitting 88K. And I still right now, so we're decoupling right now, right? The S&P 500 and pre-market right now it's breaking down. It's breaking down, okay? It's not significant, but it is breaking down. And guys, the decoupling is a myth. It's an urban legend, okay? Bitcoin will always come back to the S&P 500, and the S&P 500 will always come back to Bitcoin. It's all about the liquidity, okay? And I'm not saying the same percent gains or whatnot, but if Bitcoin is rallying and the S&P 500 is breaking down, you better hope, guys, you better hope that the S&P 500 catches a bid this week. Otherwise, I expect that, okay, we're probably going to break down here and actually do come down to 77K. And no, I don't think that we're going to make newer lows, but I think that something to look out for if the S&P 500 does not catch a bid this week, because I do not believe in the decoupling. The decoupling happens for a very short window of time. It happens a few times, but it happens for a very short window of time. And it will go home, okay? Bitcoin will go home to the S&P 500 or vice versa. And so I think if the S&P 500 does not catch a bid here, I expect a breakdown to maybe 77K, like especially if, yeah, I think that, but that's possible to see that play out and then get a bounce, and that would be when we come back up, actually break above 88K. It's either we break above 88K now, or we break down to 77K and we try again. That's my opinion. Obviously, there's invalidations. My invalidation would be if we come below 77K, I would say, hey guys, keep your eyes open for 74 and probably a lower move. But it really depends on the traditional market right now, guys. And I know it sucks, but we're in a narrative-driven market, and the traditional market, everyone has their eyes on it. Everyone's so jumpy. Like right now, people are feeling a little bit okay with buying Bitcoin because gold is going to basically all-time highs. If you look at this chart, the gold line is gold. The blue line is S&P 500, and the white line here is Bitcoin. And you can see gold has just been rallying significantly. And usually, when you see that, you see Bitcoin follow. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing play out right now as we're seeing Bitcoin get this big wick up to basically 87,300. Big week, guys. There's a big week coming here. Really, you want to be hoping for the traditional market to catch a bid here on market open and throughout the week. Otherwise, I'm going to say that we're probably going to test 88K as resistance, and I don't want to see that. I want to see us rally above it and turn 88K into support, guys, because that is a good signal at the beginning of a bullish reversal. I mean, that is a bullish reversal in the short term. Now, if we're talking about like macro here, it's the first step, and the next step is 94K. And if we can turn 94K as support, I would say, hey, guys, we're probably going to be making a test at new all-time highs. And it's probably going to be bleeding over into the altcoins, guys, a.k.a. crow coin. So keep your eyes wide open here, guys. I expect some big, crazy moves in the next coming weeks here. Just got to be patient. And also, we're in a very narrative-driven market. All it takes is somebody saying that the tariffs are going to get worse, or they're going to get bigger, or they're going to get less, and it will ping-pong the market. So you guys need to be on your toes right now. But that's all I got. If you guys like this type of content, please follow me, 333 Blacksea on Twitter, and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. That's all I got. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.